Next EV we have is the pointless provocateur. This is the EV that out of nowhere initiates some type of conflict with you. So you're having a normal conversation, right? And this person might initiate an argument with you, and it's like you can't get out of it, right? So there's no solution, there's no end. You're trying to understand, and they just go in circles, and they go in circles, and they go in circles, and there's no solution. You're trying to understand it. They're being defensive, and you try to disengage. And when you try to disengage from the pointless provocateur, what they do is they will threaten you with, I will never speak to you again. You know, if you leave this conversation, or if you leave this, it's going to make me feel like this. It's going to make me feel like you don't care. It's going to make me feel like you are, judging me. I'm going to feel judged. I'm not going to speak to you. So they give you this ultimatum, right, for not wanting to engage in the conflict that they brought to you out of nowhere. They've created conflict out of thin air, right? Probably due to some underlying feelings they have toward you anyways. But then they drain you against your will, or else there's this terrible punishment for you. So they hold you in these situations with them, in this conflict with them, through guilt, right? It is so important to listen to your body when you're in contact with people, just in general. I will say that humans naturally are a little draining, like in general. Just because they're draining doesn't mean they're energy vampires, right? But when it's perpetual, then we can say, yeah, they are energy vampires, EVs. So one thing I will say is you have to listen to your body, right? If your body is if you feel like you're being stretched, right? Emotionally stretched past your limit, right? The conversation should have been over and you're being stretched beyond your limit. You're trying to leave and disengage and you're being stretched beyond your limit. That's where the drainage happens. So the drainage doesn't start until the stretching starts, until you are past your limit. So you have a capacity for how much conflict you can engage in, right? Once you are beyond that capacity, that's when your energy is being drained out of you fast. And you have to literally disengage, block, remove yourself, hang up the phone, and do whatever, right? When you feel that, oh, I don't want to do this, oh, I don't want to be a part of this, oh, I don't want to talk about this more, oh, that's where you're getting drained. So the drainage is the emotional bandwidth, right? It's your emotional energy. It's a heightened emotional activity that keeps you in a loop. So the looping that it causes, right? When you're going through the same cycle, you're going in a circular argument that doesn't end anywhere. That's the energy harvesting mechanism. So your energy is being harvested in the process, right? There's no end goal. So you're just doing this. You're looping. It's a mental loop. It's an emotional loop. And you are becoming more and more frustrated, right? And so those lower emotions of frustration, those lower emotions of anger, those low emotions, you feel powerless and you feel helpless and you feel backed up against a wall. Yeah, you are being abused as fuck. And the pointless provocateur, one thing you have to do when you find yourself in conflict with someone, you have to recognize that nobody that really likes you wants to be in conflict with you, right? You have to understand that they don't like you very much, right? This could be a family member. This could be a sibling. This could be a mother figure, a father figure, grandma, auntie, uncle, cousin, whatever. This could be your friend. This could be your neighbor, right? Anybody who wants to be in conflict with you and finds a way to initiate conflict with you does not like you. So you have to limit your time with that person or cut them off completely. You want to try to not get into any conversations with them because they have an unpredictable nature about them.